This is Brenay Kennard, and she's a TikTok influencer currently being sued for sleeping with her friend's husband. And I read all the legal documents.
If y'all thought Brenay was doing witchcraft before, wait until tonight, girl. Part 3. So yes, Tim is technically a warlock, but you know who's also warlocks?
We all looked at the Akira and Brenay case as if it was worldly, but it was very much so spiritual. And I'm going to tell you
about the whole Akira finding teeth around her home after Brenay had spent the night at her place. We're going to talk about the symbolism of teeth, and then we're going to talk about what could have potentially happened. So with the symbolism of
times you play stupid game, you win stupid prizes. And this time, this young lady is going to pay for a very, very, very expensive penis.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you. Something with it.
It's just money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needing me. Money coming in repeatedly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me. Money coming in secretly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me always. Money coming in all day. Money coming in all paid. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me. Money coming in secretly. Money coming, this is money coming. It's just money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needing me. Money.
This is Brenay Kennard, and she's a TikTok influencer currently being sued for sleeping with her friend's husband. And I read all the legal documents, even though I'm not a lawyer. So let me fill you in on this crazy case. Like I said, her name is Brenay Kennard. She's an influencer with almost 3 million followers on TikTok. And in May of 2021, she married this man whose name is Devin. Brenay and Devin live in North Carolina, and they spent a ton of time hanging out with Devin's cousin Tim and Tim's wife, Akira. Brenay and Devin, Tim and Akira. So these two couples hang out, they go on double dates, make social media videos together, go to birthday parties, basketball games, baseball games, all the couple things. Until in January of 2024, Akira discovers a video of Brenay, her friend, and Tim, her husband, talking about things that they've done together. And yes, earlier I said Tim and Devin were cousins, so that would mean that Tim slept with his cousin's wife. Akira learns that this affair between her husband and her friend started in December of 2023, and on occasion even happened in her house when she would be asleep. After all of this is discovered, Tim and Brenay move out of the homes that they share with their spouses and into a home together.
For all who don't know, me and Devin are divorced. And another that's not a good thing, but another thing, your girl is moving.
And then a few months after that, Akira sues Brenay, alleging that as a direct result of Brenay sleeping with her husband, Akira has suffered humiliation, mental anguish, and injury to her health. She says her children are now deprived of a 2-parent household, and Akira is deprived of the love, affection, companionship, and economic support of her own husband because he's given it all to Brenay. Akira also says the fact that the two of them are flaunting this relationship all over the internet.
Oh, I thought the music was going to play.
No, you gotta just do it. Just once.
Only adds to the humiliation and mental anguish that Akira is already suffering, and so she wants Brenay to pay. Now, of course, filing the lawsuit is only the beginning step. So to prepare for trial, Akira and her attorney started sending subpoenas. They asked for Brenay's bank statements, her proof of income, her current lease, any video she has of Akira's kids, and all communications between Brenay and Tim, including text messages, videos, WhatsApp. She asked for it all. And at first, Brenay's attorney responds to the subpoenas by asking the judge for more time to gather all the documents and respond to everything. But even with the new due date, Brenay and her attorneys never send anything over. So after their deadline passes, Akira's attorney files a motion asking the judge to sanction or punish Brenay and her attorney for not responding to the subpoena, because not having that information is preventing Akira from preparing for this trial. And it's also costing her more money in attorney fees. So this request for sanctions happened on November 20th, 2024. And then the next thing that happens in this case is on January 30th, 2025, when Brenay's attorney files a motion to withdraw, like leave the case. The motion says that the defendant, meaning Brenay, wants him to withdraw. So now there's a hearing scheduled for April 1st, but a mediator has also been assigned to this case, and it says the deadline for a conference with that mediator is April 19th, and then the trial is scheduled to start on May 19th. So that's the lawsuit between the wife and the girlfriend. But remember, I said Brenay was also married. She was married to Devin, who is Tim's cousin. Well, Devin has also filed a lawsuit. His lawsuit is against his cousin, Tim, and it's for the same reasons Akira is suing for, saying that his cousin broke up his marriage. There was also a temporary custody order that was put in place to say that Akira and Tim's kids couldn't be left alone with Brenay, but Akira says that Brenay has broken that order countless times. So again, this is in North Carolina where you can sue for this kind of stuff. So I don't know, child. Y'all tagged me in this and wanted a recap, but this is a mess. North Carolina, what are y'all doing?
You hear about the woman from North Carolina who was ordered to pay more than $1 million for taking her friend's husband and destroying her marriage? Brenay Kennard, an influencer with nearly 3 million followers on TikTok, was accused by her ex-friend Akira of stealing Akira's husband, Tim. Akira filed a lawsuit for alienation of affection last year. And here's the backstory. This is Akira, this is Brenay, and this is Akira's ex-husband, Tim. Before Akira and Tim broke up, all three of them were friends. They would hang out together, and Tim would assist Brenay with her social media growth. But Akira believes they were doing more than just managing her social media. Akira claims that Brenay was bending over in front of the plaintiff's husband while wearing very short skirts, was twirling her hair in a flirtatious manner, licking her tongue to expose her tongue ring in a flirtatious manner, was verbally flirting with the plaintiff's husband, was continuing to pursue a friendship with the plaintiff while seducing the plaintiff's husband. She was posting videos expressing how the plaintiff's husband makes her genitals throb, expressing how she can't wait for them to be together, how she feels when he touches her, especially when his hand is on her thigh while they're driving, and bragging about having intercourse with him and wanting more of it. Once the lawsuit was made public, Brenay posted a video that many felt was mocking Akira, with Tim popping into Brenay's bedroom unannounced, looking for his keys.
Hey, good morning, sir. Thanks for coming over to come pick me up.
If I wanted Tim a long time ago, don't y'all think I would have had him? If I plotted, I would have got it.
Well, the judge believes she plotted and she got it. After hearing the guilty verdict, Brenay says she believes the judge was wrong. She says Akira gave her permission to date her husband because she knew that marriage was over anyway. Now that it's all said and done, Brenay gets to keep Tim, but she has to pay millions for that dick. I hope it's worth it. What do you think of this story? Leave a comment to let me know. I'm Tierica with the T. Follow for more.
Sometimes you play stupid game, you win stupid prizes, and this time this young lady is going to pay for a very, very, very expensive penis. Even if she were to buy a suitcase full of dildo, it wouldn't be as expensive as this penis. So this young lady basically stole her friend's husband, which just so happened to be her ex-husband's cousin. And now she's paying, $2 million for what she did. And I say good for your friend, because right now, all the men in the world who are literally going through this loneliness epidemic, you chose this man. He couldn't be anybody else. You chose this exact man who belonged to your friend. Hey, y'all, welcome back to All Things Jenny. I'm Jenny. If you thought this was bad, well, apparently there's witchcraft involved. And that's the reason why I'm making this video, because once you hear about this, this is right up.
Just like that, Brenay has turned into Tasha K. Baby, she spread her arms and opened her charms for the wrong man, and now she has been ordered to pay Akira $1.5 million. Plus $250,000 in damages. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. Now, as we all know, Akira filed an alienation of affection lawsuit against Brenay, the content creator, saying that she stole her man. During the trial, Akira presented all kind of evidence, text messages, videos, testimony to show that everything was fine. There were some struggles in their marriage, but everything was okay until Brenay sugar-footed her way into their life and started living with them and basically took her man and was messing with her man under her own roof and was asking her kid to get her some wipes after they had did the oochie coochie la 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 and harassing her online and all of the things. Brenay shook a tail feather on down there to that courtroom and tried to represent herself after she lost 2 attorneys. And she lost this lawsuit bigly. I'm telling you, bigly, baby. 1.5 million. Now, according to the bank documentation that she had to submit, she makes around $11,000 a month. It's still going to take you a long time to come up with that, baby. I'm telling you, Akira going to be like Cardi B. She's going to be subpoenaing Google. She's going to be getting that check. She's going to subpoena Facebook. She's going to get that check. She's going to subpoena Snapchat. She's going to get that check. She's going to subpoena TikTok. She's going to get that check. Every single thing that Brenay is going to be earning is going to go into Akira's pockets. And Brenay, she asked for that. She asked for that. She lives in a state where you can file a lawsuit for alienation of affection, and she was so sloppy with her affair that Akira was able to approve what she did, lock, stock, and barrel. That baby, and I'm telling you, she didn't even hire a damn lawyer. She tried to, but she lost the lawyers. So, baby, even if you try to appeal this, it's going to cost you more money to appeal it than it is to pay it, baby. I don't know what you're going to do. I heard she was a sub before she, you know what I'm saying, started the content creation, baby. She can do both. But I got a feeling that Brenay is literally going to be like Sansaray. Y'all remember that content creator Sansaray that faked her own, taking herself out the game? She was a big YouTuber, and then they found out all the lies she was saying. And then she ended up being blackballed. That woman still ain't made her way back up. I think that's what's going to happen to Brenay. And I think that her relationship with Tim is going to go by the wayside because me personally, I think that Tim is in it for the money. But I want to know what you all think. Like I said, according to those beautiful content creators that are in the room, they said that the jury ordered Brenay to pay Akira $1.5 million plus $250,000. Y'all put your thoughts. This WD.
You never know. It could be you. Nah, baby. At 26 years old, I would never owe $1.5 million for stealing somebody else's man. A man that's not even worth fucking stealing. Child, she better go and give that fucking new truck back. You see, some people are just too wrong and strong for me. I understand going to the ends of the earth. I understand deny when, you know, the truth is actually being put in your face. But in certain circumstances, sometimes you just gotta understand when to bow out gracefully. Me personally, as soon as I would have seen as much fucking money, how many zeros you say that I owe? Oh, baby, I would have fucking... Baby, Akira, we could settle this. You understand? I say whatever the fuck you need me to say. Yes, bitch, I was jealous. Yes, bitch, I wanted your life. Yes, bitch, I was gonna say exactly what the fuck you needed me to say. Okay? Because $1.5 million? Oh, baby. I could never be strong enough to be that wrong. I could never be strong enough to be that wrong ever in life. And you did all that for a relationship you know is not gonna fucking last. You know it's not gonna last. You know it. You know it's not gonna fucking last, and you're forever in debt. You're forever in debt over that fucking man. A man that you shared with your sister. That you took for somebody else. This is just... May I never find a partner like Tim, and may I never have a friend like Brenay. Oh. Child, as soon as I would have heard that 1.5 million verdict, you seen them people when they get life with no parole and they just pass clean right out? They just... That's what I want. 1.5 million. 1.5 million over some dick. Oh my God, that's really the worst part for me.
I really be trying to start a business, but it's not like y'all make it so hard, especially Love and TikTok. And on this episode of Love and TikTok, we got the girl Brenay and Akira. So you left your husband to go be with someone else's husband who left his wife and kids to come be with you, but your ex-husband and your new man, who was that girl's husband, know each other. Then she went and filed a lawsuit because infidelity is nothing to play with. I don't understand why y'all get married and play with your relationships. I don't understand why you would leave your husband to go be with someone else's husband who left his wife. What do you think he about to do to you? Y'all grandma never told y'all like you losing how you get them? Why are you stirring up so much conflict and preying on somebody else's man? Because that's exactly what y'all be doing. Like, were her and the girl friends? Like, were you watching their relationship? Like, what was her husband doing as a husband that your husband wasn't doing as a husband? Because it's not like she was married and you was just in a relationship and your man wasn't trying to marry you. Y'all was all married. Y'all be sick in the head. Like, it's just a whole bunch of cheating going on. It's like they said, we can deal, it's trauma bonding. You had that man help y'all move in and then you started dating. That's why I be wanting to put my hands on people. Then, before she was even with her ex-husband, she was with his cousin. He really the one to blame, because why would you marry your cousin ex? And then she left you for your home?
Y'all might be mad at me for saying this, but I gotta say it. Akira, we gotta put some blame on you too. Yeah, Brenay was the blame and Tim was the blame, but Akira, you gotta have some blame placed on you too. Because what do you mean? Y'all were separated, but the messages are saying that you and Tim were still intimate while he was dating Brenay. What's happening? So it's like even after Akira knew that Brenay and Tim were doing what they were doing, it's like she still made a decision to allow him to come over or meet up with him or do whatever. You see what I'm saying? This is all court document. You know what I'm saying? This is in court. This is not my speculation. They have released these statements. So Tim was sleeping with Brenay and Akira at the same time. Probably Corinne too. It's nasty. I mean, gosh, I find out something about this case every single fucking day. And another thing, Akira was in that situation because she was trying to help somebody. But you can't help everybody. Mama, grandmama, auntie, somebody should have told you that. You cannot help everybody, especially somebody who is not respecting your boundaries, not respecting your wishes in your home, friend or not. Akira saw those signs. Akira could tell that Brenay was pushing up on Tim. She speculated. She talked to Tim about it, who gaslit her. But for her to have those speculations and to tell the court that she felt uncomfortable in her own home is crazy, because none of that should have ever happened. That's the only thing I feel like Akira needs to take responsibility for, because that lady should have never been in your house anyways. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you trying to help somebody. Yeah, that's your friend, blase squaze, but she has a husband of her own. Was Brenay letting you stay at her house when you and Tim got into it? No, Akira, that's not how it was going. But the minute she felt like something was going on, she should have nipped it in the bud and said something and kicked Brenay out or confronted her or something. But for Akira to keep allowing Brenay to stay there, wearing inappropriate clothes, little booty shorts, in the den, Akira go to sleep at 8 o'clock, the kids go to sleep probably around the same time. You know what I'm saying? You ain't getting up in the middle of the night to see where your husband at, to see what he doing. I don't know how big their house was, but it can't be that damn big. You know what I'm saying? If you notice your husband not in the bedroom next to you in the bed, naturally you would just get up to see what he's doing, right? And once you found him in that den with Brenay at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, you should have said something right then and there. I don't like this. This is not about to fly. This is my husband. I don't know why he in here with you. You know what I'm saying? She should have said something instead of trying to play it safe and trying to play it sweet. And yeah, she did good because she's got a lawsuit going on. But I'm saying it should never even been no lawsuit. She should have nipped that shit in the bud.
To all you bitches that feel like people too invested in Brenay, let me explain something to y'all. We the people would have never known anything what was going on between Brenay, her then husband, Akira, and her then husband. Brenay took it upon herself to befriend a woman and then flaunt the affair all across social media. Keep in mind, Brenay is a content creator. Content creation leads to influencing. She got on this app trying to influence us that sleeping with one's husband, specifically your best friend husband, was okay. You have people like the Cherishes, the BGs, and those girls who do not believe in that, myself included. These women who y'all claim invested so much time brung us all the proper news, all the proper facts about what was actually going on in this situation. It's time for y'all to accept the fact that social media journalists is the new news. Everything we know that's going on in the world right now, when it came down to the Brenay case, the Julio Fulio case, the YSL case, all of that was reported to us by social media journalists. Even when it comes down to that man, Amron, who says, breaking news, we have news right now. Although he may be educated in his field much, he reports to social media. He's a social media journalist. So for y'all to be getting mad at those women for going to the courthouse reporting news about a woman who deliberately showed us an affair is always gonna be insanity to me.
I have been hearing about this story for a very long time, actually maybe 2 years now, and I have been seeing her videos for a long time, but I just could never sit and watch her videos because I don't know what it is about her. It's Could be the nose piercing, and I don't have nothing against nose piercing. People who have nose piercing, I don't care. But I don't know what it is about her. And then the extremely long nails and just the ghetto-ness of it all. And I'm just like, girl, please. And then the really, really big boobs, and it looked like she's so sloppy with it, because I have friends and family with big boobs, and I've never seen it like this. And I'm just like, girl, what is going on? And the fact that you were able to still, don't get me wrong, she's not an ugly girl, okay? And I'm pretty sure a man is very easy to take a man in or to seduce a man. Men actually cannot be taken, they have to want to be taken. So it seems to me as though this man was already ready to get out of this relationship, plus the money that she has, that she come with, actually makes it 10 times easier for him to get out of the relationship. So I actually never took the time to make a video about this story, because I was like, this sounds like a whole mess, and plus it just wasn't up my alley, right? I was like, you know what, I really don't know what it is about this girl and this man's videos, but I really don't care to talk about them. But then I heard that she had to pay almost $2 million, and then on top of that, the girl who was married to her man now was claiming, allegedly, supposedly this is all for entertainment purposes only, she was saying that there was some sort of witchcraft going on with her house. When Renee, which is the big girl with the big boobs, was living in her house, she was finding teeth around her house. And in my opinion, when you start finding teeth around your house, and not just 1 or 2 teeth, but you just keep finding teeth everywhere, and on top of that, this person move into your house as if like you don't have no say-so in your own house, what is keeping her down? Why is she tied? Why she cannot say anything about this lady being in her house? Why can't I just kick you out? What's going on?
We all looked at the Akira and Brenay case as if it was worldly, but it was very much so spiritual, and I'm going to tell you why. Before y'all get on my neck, no, I am not driving. I'm parked in my garage. This whole case should be a warning to you dry coochie destiny swapper. Brenay is a long titty, no nipple black witch. And I'm not talking about her skin color. I mean, she practices baneful magic. She does nothing good with the power that she does have, which is just this much. That's why she was trying to destiny swap with Akira and Corinne. And in itself, she crossed herself up and got her ass turned every way but loose from everybody's ancestors. Let me be clear and break it down. Wanted to steal Akira's life, and she was already in competition with her sister. Always being around Akira and her husband and their kid, trying to be just like her, mimicking hairstyles, nails, facial expressions, words. And the problem is she tried to destiny swap with her twin sister, but that shit didn't work. They share the same ancestors. That shit was never going to work. So she had to pick up the crumbs, which was Tim, because Tim and her sister went first. And then Tim married Akira. So she attempted to steal Akira's essence in spite of her sister, which is against spiritual law, because what Akira got to do with that shit? Akira started finding teeth around her house. Let me tell you what teeth are. In baneful magic, teeth symbolizes someone's essence. You have to remember where your teeth grow. They grow in your mouth. What comes out of your mouth, your words and your personality are what make you you, right? Teeth also represent dominance and power. And with the root that she was laying for Akira for a while, she was able to dominate that household. Attempt to steal her family, and like I said, it did work, and put Tim underneath a spell. Tim and Akira were underneath a spell for a little bit. I mean, teeth being found around the house, her eating Brenay's food, her and Tim, she absolutely won at one point spiritually. But you never win fighting dirty. Spirit will let you think you won until your ass is at the bottom of a pot. Akira's ancestors definitely stepped up and snapped her out of it. It took her elder, her grandmother, her people to pull her out of that. And in doing so, awakening her spirits, Brenay got her ass turned every way but loose. Because Brenay was only trying to simply destiny swap. She got all of the rhythm in the beginning, but her story ends with Akira and Corinne's blues. Spiritual reparations are due. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, she don't have the money. How's she gonna get the money? Trust me, she's going to get the money. Akira will be paid in full. I don't care what big backs say on the news. She will be paid in full. As someone who content creates full time, and I don't even have the following, not even a quarter of a following that Brenay has, she is going to get paid. Never underestimate what these content creators are making. Additionally, they need to really watch Brenay and Tim. This is not going to end well. And Akira needs to make sure she is always protected. Not just spiritually, worldly. This is giving crash out. Please be safe. But yeah, it just makes my little black heart smile that these type of women, these type of witches are finally paying for what they do. Because it's a lot of people just like Brenay that do egregious shit in the spiritual world and think they're going to get away with it in the worldly world. But let this be a warning to all y'all that think y'all going to shenan and then shenan again. Because the very, very, very bestest part about all of this is her trying to cross up and steal Akira's life destiny swap, steal and siphon her essence. It put a spell on herself. It backfired horribly. Brenay is under her own spell, and it's a spell of delusion. And guess what? Tim's spell is wearing off. I guess you're going to have to get her ass in that kitchen and actually cook some spaghetti. We all looked at the Akira and Brenay.
So I went down a rabbit hole because I kept seeing this in my comment about the whole Akira finding teeth around her home after Brenay had spent the night at her place. We're going to talk about the symbolism of teeth, and then we're going to talk about what could have potentially happened. So with the symbolism of teeth, teeth is like protection. It wards off evil. It wards off curses or hexes. Teeth are symbolic for strength, transformation, changes. But let's just say, hypothetically speaking, if witchcraft was used, which I think there was some level of witchcraft that was used, because you gotta look at the whole total picture, the whole entire court documents, the text messages, all that kind of stuff. And for Akira to have been as humble as she was and as patient as she was, to where she didn't spaz the fuck out with that girl in her house all the many times that girl and Big Hip Tim done played in her goddamn face. She kind of sat there and took it and dealt with it for a while before she actually did something. It took her family to kind of get her to snap out of this spell that she was in, to where everything's happening around her, but she's not reacting. That's witchcraft. That's a form of somebody working your ass to sit your ass down so they can do whatever the fuck they want to do and run shit around you and run games with you. That is a form of witchcraft. So let's just say those teeth were planted there. You know, teeth is used as protection. Teeth can be used to harm, think about teeth, depending on the teeth too, because I don't know if it was animal teeth or was it human teeth. If it was one or the, it does make a difference, because some people will use human remains to do negative work. Some people use animal remains to do negative work as well. And let's just say those teeth were planted there just for her to touch it, just to make sure that she touches the magic. In my culture, Haitian voodoo, if somebody put powder somewhere and you step in that powder and it's meant to harm you, anybody else who steps on that powder will not get harmed. It'll be harmless for everybody, but the target, it's gonna get you. Hypothetically speaking, if you look at everything, the entire court case, all the things that's transpiring and everything, and how she did not spaz the fuck out, and how Tim's mama had her in a headlock while she was at the hospital with the kids, and Brenay, big bison, big back ass, showed up with Tim and with the family trying to bully her, and she did not spaz out like a normal human being would spaz out. Oh yeah, they definitely was working her ass. And I'm saying all of this allegedly because I don't know. I'm not reading the entire situation as far as like tapping into that energy. I'm just saying it looks like it. And this is being said for entertainment purposes only. Akira, I ain't got no money.
So now we're getting more information about how grimy Tim and Brenay were. Now remember, I told y'all that root work and witchcraft is all over this case. This is what you guys are seeing play out. Tim and Brenay sleeping with each other in their marital homes wasn't just about them being trifling, it was a ritual. Brenay was obsessed with Akira and she wanted to trade places with her. She wanted her life. She wanted Tim, she wanted the kids, she wanted the apartment, which is why she originally did not want to leave the apartment. She was planning to stay there. And Akira going to bed and them doing it in the next room was a form of manifestation. Warlocks and witches use Smex as a very powerful manifestation tool. Doing that in the marital home while the wife was still there was a power move. Her trying to establish her dominance as the wife in that home. Basically marking that man and also marking that house as her territory now. Like, this is mine now. I'm gonna walk around this place like it's mine. I'm gonna sleep with your husband like it's mine. I'm gonna do whatever I want like it's mine. And I'm also not gonna leave. I'm not gonna take orders from you anymore. Basically dethroning Akira. Like, this is not your place anymore. You are now down here. And Brenay used money, wealth, and promised him the world. She enticed him with promises of materialistic things. Now, them going to Brenay's house and doing it in her marital home was the same thing. He's asserting his dominance, taking over that apartment, When you're doing this to a man, it's different because you have to break his spirit. So when it comes to Devin, he went over there to lay with her while Devin was there, not only to like emasculate him, but also to assert his dominance, to try to switch places and to break his spirit. They wanted Devin to hear them. They wanted Devin to know what was going on because they tried to go out of their way to ensure that he did know, because that was part of the ritual, breaking the spirit of the man. And Devin was also under root work himself. So even though he may have thought he was trying to manifest something, he actually was trading places with Devin. And so now Tim is stuck. But unlike Devin, Tim is fully participating in the shenanigans. So now the obsessive and murderous spirit that was on Brenay is now on Tim. Now he hates Akira and he's lying for Brenay and just making up all this stuff and lying under oath. He's threatening his own cousin, lying and saying they aren't even related. And he's doing a lot. He is now just as delusional as Brenay. Now my theory in terms of all this is that I believe that Brenay and Tim wanted to sacrifice Devon and Akira for materialism and for the life that they thought they were going to have. But it backfired and it did not work. They tried to paint Akira out to be crazy. They were trying to do the whole switcheroo thing and repaint the whole narrative. And they also were trying to paint Devon or Devin as this abusive man who was beating on his wife and she wasn't happy and she had to leave. Rewrite the entire story, manifest the reality that they want, and leave these people with nothing but the shame they were carrying within themselves. So the ritual in itself was not only to manifest the life that they wanted and to swap destinies with these people, switch realities with these people, but to also take the shame that is inside of them and put it on Devin and Akira. They want Akira and Devin to carry around the shame. They wanted the world to look at Akira and laugh. They wanted the world to look at Devin and laugh. What's happening to them, that's what they wanted for Akira and Devon. I keep messing up his name, I'm sorry. Like a scapegoat ritual. I would say it's like a Judas ritual, but a Judas ritual is more so when they just like unalive you, betray you, and then unalive you. And I also think that Tim is frustrated because he doesn't want to be there, but he cannot leave because of the root work. A lot of people think that Tim is going to leave once the money runs out and he gets tired of Brenay, but it's because of the root work that he is even still there. He does not want to be there, and I'm telling y'all, he don't want to be there, but he's stuck. He in too deep now. That's why he's so disgusted with her. That's why he can't stand her. That's why he be so irritated. All the stuff that we saw in the videos is real, but the root work got him conflicted in his mind until he repent or until he do something to break it. And also, he has blood ties to that family now because he allegedly has a child with Corinne. So basically, Brenay's family are now Tim's handlers. Also believe that Tim's family is under this spell as well. Their involvement in this, I'm not so sure. But knowing that one of them had put Akira in a headlock, I wouldn't be so surprised if they wasn't dabbling in this stuff too. Because I don't know what her relationship was like with them prior to this. But their placement and all of the stuff that they're doing doesn't really make much sense either. And they give off witchy vibes too. Just not sure of what their involvement is. I also believe that she was trying to manifest a child and she could not get pregnant. And that was frustrating her really, really bad. She did this in attempts to hurt Akira because she knew that Akira had a miscarriage. And she knew it would cause her more suffering to find out that she had a child after Akira lost hers. All of this is very premeditated and extremely calculated. When Brenay could not get pregnant and Tim saw Devin do a complete 180, that made both of them extremely furious because they're supposed to be suffering right now. They're like, dang, we did everything, did this, we did that, and they're still doing very well. How is it that they don't have shame? How is it that they're not embarrassed? How is it that they're not suffering? How is it that people are coming at us and not them? And then they try to take to the internet and try to make it work in their favor again and say, okay, let's just start spewing out a bunch of lies to see if we can still project that shame onto them. But it wasn't working. It was making them more angry. Tim even started developing a whole bunch of obscene aggression towards his own cousin. Because how is it that I was trying to use you as a scapegoat, but now you're looking better, doing better, you got more money, more opportunities, and I'm still stuck here with this girl? This is not how it's supposed to go. I was supposed to sacrifice y'all so I could have money, wealth, and riches. I'm supposed to be the one that's loved by the internet, not you. I'm supposed to be the one that's popular. I'm supposed to be the one that's supported. I'm supposed to be one with the brand deals. I'm supposed to be the one with the nice body. And you know another reason why Tim is jealous of Devin? Because Devin doesn't have any responsibilities. Only person that Devin has to worry about is himself. Devin had to worry about Akira, his kids, and now he has to worry about Brenay. He wants so badly Devin's life. It infuriates him to see him living it and that he's not going to be the scapegoat he wanted him to be. I'm telling y'all, root work, once you see it everywhere. When you start learning about it or God opens your eyes to it, you're like, dang, it be that deep sometimes. And honestly, I knew a woman like Brenay who did this to somebody's wife, except they didn't live in North Carolina where she could sue. Her husband did a complete flip on her and was talking just like Tim. Was being mean to his wife and was just talking crazy all the time, saying, I never loved you, I don't love you. Just crazy. And it was because that girl did root work on him. And that girl acted and sounded just like Brenay, except this girl was like Haitian or something. She had like some type of Caribbean background. But yeah, this is a scapegoat ritual, love spell gone wrong. And Brenay hates Akira, but she also hates her sister Corinne. And Brenay wanted children. She wanted the life that Akira had with Tim. She wanted to be his wife and be by his side and have all the family stuff because she has fertility issues. She also wanted to have a baby by him because guess what? Her sister has a baby by Tim, allegedly. And she not only was trying to make Akira suffer, she also was trying to one-up her sister. In order to one-up her sister, she has to swap places with Akira. And the only way for her to like win is for her to be married and have children with Tim. Put the shame on Akira, put the shame on Devin, rewrite the narrative, get all the wealth and riches and be on the top, and leave her sister Corinne in the basement at her mama's house. That's how deep this is. I even saw a comment section under another video and somebody was like, I'm too African for this. This looks like witchcraft. Cause it is. It is. I'm telling y'all, it sounds far-fetched, but it's not. And she also did extra root work because she needs Tim to be in love with her. But that's not working either. We can see that with his disgust and irritation towards her in those videos. And that's what usually happens when you do love spells or you do some type of root work on somebody and it goes wrong. You get the opposite effect. They become obsessive. They become angry. They become abusive, rebellious even. Yeah, they may actually stay physically put where they can't leave. All that love that you want from them, not gonna get it. And she really wants Tim's heart on top of everything else because all those other women that she's trying to get rid of have had everything else that she's trying to take. So Akira already got his last name and has already married him. So marrying him and having his last name is not enough. Akira already has his kids. So does her sister Corinne. So her having kids is like, yeah, okay, I get the one up them in that way. But the ultimate get back is being the one who he's really in love with. Being the one he really wants to be with. Her being better than Akira and Corinne. Trying to use Devin and Akira as scapegoats while also proving a point to her sister that she's the one who not only will have his children his last name and that life with him where he has all these riches and all this stuff, but she's the one who has his heart, even if she used witchcraft or practical witchcraft to get it. And lastly, do y'all remember when Akira said that Brenay tried to come there and pray for her? After all this happened, like Brenay and Tim was like, oh, she's trying to pray for you. Let her pray for you. She went to lay hands on Akira. Pray for her. Why? She was trying to do a transfer. That's what she was trying to do. And she needed to touch Akira to do that. And Akira was like, nah, not happening. I'm telling y'all, it is that deep. Allegedly.
If y'all thought Brenay was doing witchcraft before, wait until tonight, girl. Part 3. So yes, Tim is technically a warlock. But you know who's also warlocks and witches? All y'all that keep gossiping about the situation. There's a difference between reporting and gossiping. Reporting, you can say Black Goddess reports, right? But somebody that gossips strictly about the situation, for example, no shade, Monet, that's gossiping. The one that be like, I'm Brenay, that's gossip. That's gossip. Gossip is witchcraft. And I never understood why people said that gossip was witchcraft until I heard it from the point of view of a seer that can see in the spirit. This is what they had to say about what they saw when they saw someone gossiping.
What does gossip look like in the spiritual realm? This was
yes. So gossip is vomit. When we gossip, coming out of us is this bile vomit. And literally, when I'm in a group with people who are gossiping, I can see it like looks like it's coming out of their mouth. It's like this nasty bile vomit. It's green, it's slimy, and everything's coming out of their mouth. And demons will come, and demons will bathe in it. They'll soak their bodies in it, or they'll eat it, they'll drink it, and then they'll go to the person that was being gossiped about, and they'll hop on the person, and they get the slime all on them, and the demons will then what they ate, they'll vomit up on the person. You know, so that's what it looks like in the spirit, and in the spiritual realm, it is disgusting. It smells, it's horrible looking. So I tell people, don't do that. It's a lighter version of witchcraft.
If gossiping is witchcraft, it opens you right up to witchcraft. It can hit you any type of way. So if Brenay wanted to do something towards Monet or Cherish or whoever, it would hit. Unfortunately, the truth is it would hit. But yeah, Brenay's gonna get you. No, I'm just playing. Don't get me wrong. It's hard not to engage. Y'all be funny. Y'all be funny. If you see me in the comments, check me. Nah, but for real though, it's just the hard truth. But y'all heard it there. The demons eat it right up. Demons feed off of negativity. They feed off of fear. They feed off of sin. They feed off of all of these things that God deemed unclean because they are unclean. They eat what is unclean. You know what I'm saying? They absorb that. They use that to manifest into this physical realm. So the biggest thing to do right now is just repent, 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 repent. I also posted a prayer against witchcraft on my page. Check it out. Like I always say,
Brenay, you and your mama sat here and said that Akira's not going to see none of that money. You even got on TV, on the news. When they asked you, how do you plan on paying her? You said, I don't know, but she'll probably never see it. Sweetheart, I don't think you understand how lawsuits work. Yeah, you can say you're not going to pay it, and you can go ahead and not pay it. But baby, she gonna get her money one way or another. You're gonna find yourself back in court again. You don't just get to not pay nobody the lawsuit and think nothing is gonna happen. The same way you thought Akira was playing about this lawsuit, you think that you're not finna go back to court and that girl gonna get her money? But the thing is, to me, you are the same person that said Tim was all worth it. So if Tim is all worth it, why don't you go ahead and pay that girl that money? Because that's part of Tim. She's part of Tim. And if he's all worth it, why she ain't all worth getting her money so that she can continue to take care of her life and her children, your stepkids? Like, I don't get it. You're mad now. Now you're upset. But you are the same one that said he was worth it. This was worth it. So pay her money.
So then Brenay says, so you suing me for millions? And Akira says, well, I don't remember the full amount, but I do believe it's about $2 million. So Brenay goes in to start asking her, so when did you start feeling uncomfortable with me? She says, when you started living with us, you're walking around with short shorts and revealing shirts. Basically, you can see your whole body. You start pressing up on Tim. Y'all are going on dates. That made me feel uncomfortable, and I expressed that to both of y'all. So Brenay asked, you said that you were the breadwinner. Are you saying that Tim never provided? And then she was like, well, Tim would cook and clean, and if he got a refund check from school, then he'll use that to provide for whatever we needed for the household. So then Brenay asked her about how many times did you go to school and did you finish? And Akira was like, well, the first time I went, I had to stop because COVID came and we had a small child. And then I tried to go ahead and go back, but with everything that I have going on, I can't really just focus on that while my whole world is basically falling apart. So then Brenay had the audacity to ask Akira about her miscarriage. And so Akira goes to explain how her whole miscarriage happened, what she saw when she went to the bathroom. I'm not going to put all those details here. And Brenay said something to the nature of like, oh, I know that was hard, or something like that. And Akira was like, yeah, something you will never understand because you don't have kids. Y'all, then Brenay asked her basically what would this $2 million help her with? What would that replace? It's not going to replace Tim, basically. And Akira was like, yes, me and my kids can go to therapy because as of right now, her son is having issues at the moment. Her daughter is crying more. She's currently in therapy, and it'll help us to be able to provide the lifestyle that I'm not going to be able to have with my husband anymore. She said, yeah, we were struggling at times, but we were struggling together. We were figuring it out together. Y'all, Brenay needs to go and talk to somebody because this is not going in her favor. We're about to go live in just a few. I'll talk to y'all then.
Like I said, we're going to touch up some stuff on this book. So in this book is called Spell of Abundance, Love, Wealth, and Protection. So in this book, on the first page, actually, I have a glamour affirmation that you will basically say, you stand in front of the mirror and you stare at yourself and you admire yourself and you will say to yourself how beautiful you are. You'll basically seal this your beauty, like your glam, after you've done your makeup, or even stand in front of the mirror naked with nothing on, so you can really reaffirm yourself of your beauty, of your confidence and all that. This book is mainly for like self-confidence and self-elevation, you know, calling the goddess in you, calling the divinity in you, you know, calling the beauty in you, and also work with the moon because the moon represents the woman, the mother, womb, water, all of this. So yeah, I have all the steps in here of all the spells that you need to do. It even has one to get rid of unwanted guests. It's pretty funny. To get rid of unwanted guests. And this book right here, right? So I'm gonna run down real quick of all the materials that you're going to need. You will need a brand new broom. It has to be brand new. And you'll need a piece of parchment paper, a black pen, a black trash bag, because we're going to get rid of this sucker, right? And of course your intentions. And also I have spells on here that you can say. I have daily affirmations. And also I have spells on here that you can do every single day to work with the energy of the planets of the day, and also the archangels that work with the day. So anyways, there's so many spells. There's a 7-day manifestation spell with archangels. And let's see. A 30-day money spell with bay leaves and the Fihu sign, which is a money sign. It's like an F with the extra part. Anyways, the symbol is there, and I even show you like what you need to do, what the sigil look like, all that. And the keys to enhance your spell. So there are different things on here on how to enhance your spell and basically grow your finance, grow your love, self-love, self-admiration, chance to say to yourself to give you that extra energy to go about your day. And also tips to enhance your spell. Oh, I already said this. And morning coffee abundance prosperity spell. You guys remember I just shared a video about morning coffee and how important it is when it comes to hoodoo, and how you can basically use your first cup of coffee in the morning to manifest a better life or a better day, or to bring forth money to you. So don't let, you know, you're already doing these things anyway, so you might as well just incorporate something a little bit extra to basically boost your thing. And here's a to influence your boss spell. So this one, I'm sure people who are actually working are going to love this. It's to influence your boss and attract favors towards you at work. Because look, in this economy, we're all working and we need some boost at work, and we also sometimes need to be tied to our job, so therefore you don't get fired. You know what I mean? So there's some stuff that you could do to basically tie yourself to your job, and or tie the job to you. And once you're done and you're all tired of that job, you can get rid of it. It's not something that's completely permanent, but use magic, guys. It's here for you to use. You have the herbs in your closet, you have the herbs in your pantry, you have the candles that you could just simply buy some candles super cheap. Use magic to elevate your life. Use magic to make yourself better. Let me tell you, Jesus was out here using magic, okay? Walking on water and stuff and turning water into wine. Sounds like magic to me. But anyways, guys, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.